want to show you how to use the Linex liner. I don't know how to use the Ames liner, so I don't know if this works the same way as the Ames, but this is what, as a calligrapher, this is what we use to make lines on backgrounds when you need to get your letter forms absolutely straight. So this is how you get lines on a background. Now, I also use a Linex ruler. I do like to use the Linex ruler. If you don't have a Linex ruler, that's okay. There's something about this ruler that sits flat that helps this to slide back and forth, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be sliding back and forth. I do use a mechanical pencil. You need to use a mechanical pencil because a regular pencil won't work. You break your point all the time, so you're constantly sharpening. So now for the Linex, I'm going to come in real close here. I do not know what all of these other lines on the side over here are for, so don't worry about that. We're only going to use this long series of dots, holes right here. That's all we're going to use. And the different holes, whether you start at the top or you go down 2 or go down 3, is going to determine the spacing of your line. And so let's do a couple, and then I'll show you how you can determine how you want to make it work with your letter forms. Now, and this doesn't matter, let's just leave this wherever. This is going to make you have different lines. There's an infinite amount of line spacing you can do here because this turns like this. So, but let's just do it straight up and down, and let's put it down right here, and let's just start at the top hole. Let me go up a little bit, and then here we go. Let's start with the top hole, put it straight down on there, and then just start going back and forth. Let's skip down 2 holes, 2 holes, 2 holes, 2 holes, and so you have your lines on your background or whatever ready for your letter forms. Now let me show you also, when you get you will at a point get to the bottom of this thing right here. So let's say you've gotten to, let's go on down, and then you go 2 more. And then you get to this point. Now, say you're down at the end of this and you're like, well, I've got some more lines to do. Well, move it down, move to your top hole again, go across your line and line it up. You have to look, put your glasses on if you need your glasses, because you'll definitely need to see how that line goes right inside that hole right there, and you're ready to go again. Go down like that, down like this. Now, say for instance you have written out a quote or whatever, and you've got your line, you've got your size of your letter form ready to go, but you want that letter form to go on a background. Well, what you need to do is, say for instance that you've written it out and this is the size letter form you want to use. Basically what you just need to do is get your letter height, and you just need to draw a little line just to get your letter height, in which I've done here. There's a line here and there's a line here. What you do is you get your Linex, and whatever those lines are right there, you line it up in those the 2 holes, or however many holes it is, that goes right in the center of those 2 lines. If it's not exactly right, you turn it that way a little bit. You just keep turning it until you have those 2 lines showing through your holes. So, say for instance that's the height. I've got it ready to go. Lining it up on my line here. And then you go. So this is the line spacing, the one I'm doing right here, would work for this size letter form. Of course, if you had a larger letter form, you'd do the same thing. You would just kind of measure here and measure here. You just need to get your line spacing and come back to your Linex here. Let me do that, bring that back over here. I didn't, let's see. Okay, now you're going to come back to your Linex and you're going to line up this line and this line. Start with your top hole here. And you're just going to turn this around until you find that that line shows through that hole and whatever hole. I'm going to keep turning it. Not quite. Sometimes you have to turn it way around this way, top. And then you may have to go down 4 holes. So let's see. You see what I'm doing? I'm trying to line up. That's going to be about it right there, because the top hole and 1, 2, 3, 4 down is going to be that size. Start right here. Two, 3, we went down 4, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines down. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines down. So that's that line length right there. It's kind of tricky, you know. It's really, if somebody doesn't show you how to do this Linex, I'm sure it's very difficult to kind of learn it. But we learned it years ago when we took our calligraphy class with our master calligraphy class years ago. So I hope I've made myself clear. It's really pretty easy. And remember, just only use those middle lines and just line your line up within the hole, and then you can keep going and make everything straight. Don't even worry about the numbers on the side either. That's actually for the nibs that we use, so don't worry about that. All you need to worry about is the center line for right now. So I hope that was helpful. See you later. Bye-bye.